Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to our first card for this week's stamp set of the week, should I say, BBQ Master or Barbecue Master. I suppose it's BBQ Master. And it's a perfect Father's Day card. It's a perfect happy birthday card. It could just be an any occasion card. It's got some wonderful stamps here. We've got 14 stamps in total. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentiments and the rest are all images. So we've got a spatula, tongs, a pronged fork, fire, barbecue sausages, sauce bottle, a mitten or glove, oven glove, and a kebab stick. So that is all of the dies, the stamps in this particular thing. We then have the dies, and as you can see, there are 22 dies in this set. Now here you can make yourself up an entire burger. You can cut out your double sausages. You can have yourself a larger sausage should you wish to. All of the implements that we saw on the stamp set are there. Plus you've got a barbecue stick for putting your kebab on. You've got a larger prong fork. So there are so much you can do with this stamp set. But we're going to start with a very simple Monday card. And this is the one we're going to do. So I have used background paper for the card. So this particular one is the, it slipped my mind, Adventures one. I will make sure that the paper and all the supplies are in my supply list, which will be the QR code at the end of the video. So we've got designer series paper, and basically it's just the sentiment with a few decorations around the outside. And I think this works really, really well. Doesn't have birthday or Father's Day on it, obviously. So it could be a birthday card. It could be a Father's Day card, depending on what you put inside. Or it could just simply be a thanks for a lovely barbecue. So let's bring in the supplies. I have got Mossy Meadow, which measures 8 inches by 5 3/4, and I've scored it at the 4-inch mark. I have a piece of designer series paper, which is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I then have a piece of white cardstock, which is where all the stamping is going to be. I'm just going to double check the measurements on this one. So it's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then this Mossy Meadow is 1/8 of an inch bigger. So this would be 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. So as you can see, it's just a very thin border all the way around the edge. Right, let's get on with our stamping. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the grilling and chilling, and I'm actually going to stamp this up in Old Olive. I'm going to focus this part in the middle. And making sure I've got enough room to work all the way around. So let's make sure I've done that. There we go. Hold it for a couple of seconds. And there we are. Okay, so let's bring in our early espresso. And I'm just going to put the border up here and down here. So for the kebab steak, I'm going to go one over here, like so, and do exactly the same on the other side. And then I can center the middle pin. There we go. So that's those. I'm going to do the same with the implements. Okay, so I've got the tongs, which are going to go right over here. There we go. I've got the pronged fork, which will go over here. And then I'm going to put the spatula in the middle. There we go. Right. So let's put the lid on those so I don't put my fingers in them. So I'm just going to put decorations on either side. Put the lid on the green as well. Okay, so now I've got my Night of Navy. So I've got my oven mitt. And that's going to go there. Perfect. And then I've got my sauce bottle to go here. And then I'm bringing in Crayon Craze for my sausages. I'll see if I can get the lid off. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Tap that gently. Yep. And then they're going to go, let's put them just about there. There we are. So all we need to do now is to stick it all together. So we're going to mount the focal image onto here, like so, with a bit of glue. Oh, she says try to get hold of it. There we are. I'm using the multi-purpose, so we've got wiggle room, because obviously the border is very thin, so I want to make sure that there is equal amount on either side. Okay, that's that sorted. Then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Seal, and I'm just going to, there we go, add that to the outside. Turn it over that side. Right. Try that again. Right, that seems perfect. And then all we need to do now is tilt it slightly. Again, I'm going to use the multi-purpose because it will give me that little bit of extra wriggle room should I need it. There we go. And that's added there. And that is a quick and easy card for a Monday. So thank you ever so much for joining me this morning or this afternoon. We will be back on Wednesday with our second card, so do join me then. It will be lovely to catch up with you. So whatever you do for the rest of the day, happy crafting. Take care. Bye.